What's going on, YouTube? I'm making another video. This one I'm a little calmed down on now. I got everything out of my system. So let's get back on track here. Basically, I got a question for my YouTube subscribers. Have you planned to be successful? And what I mean by that is this: most great men, they know what they're going to do tomorrow. Like, I remember reading, if you guys ever heard of a guy named Michael Lee Chin. Michael Lee Chin is a is a very wealthy man in Canada. At one time, he was actually the wealthiest man in Canada. And one thing about Michael Lee Chin is that he had created a schedule that he did in a day, and he did the same thing every day. And the reason why he did that was because he knew that he had a plan to be successful. And once you find a plan to be successful, you repeat that plan over and over and over and over again. Most successful men know what they're going to do tomorrow. Like, for instance, you know you're going to go to work tomorrow, for those of you who go to work. And for those of you who are self-employed, maybe you may know you're going to go to your business tomorrow. But what extra thing are you going to do to plan for success? Like, are you going to the gym tomorrow? Are you learning a language tomorrow? Do you have a plan? Do you have a business that you're working on, or something that you're working on that's making money, that you're doing something to on a constant basis where you actually are making improvements? See, one thing I learned in life is this, is that it's easy. It is easy to waste time. There are sometimes I have been sitting in a place, or sitting there for a whole day, like a Saturday is a perfect day. You sit there for a Saturday, and all of a sudden, hours and hours pass, and you found out you haven't accomplished anything that day. The reason why that happens is because the night before, you didn't plan for success. I had a friend of mine that would spend over $500 a month in just lunch for food because he didn't plan the night before. Well, let me go ahead and make a lunch. Let me go ahead and plan to be successful so I don't have to make an irrational decision and say, hey, you know what? I don't have anything to eat today, so guess what? I go out to eat. And that's the same thing happens in the household. If you don't plan to eat the next day, if you don't have the meat taken out, or if you don't know what you're going to make, when that hunger hits you, boom, you're ready to react. And usually when you're ready to react, you're going to make an irrational decision, and then you're going to go somewhere, and then you're going to spend money on food. So my challenge for the people who are watching this video is this: make a simple plan. Like, give you an example of mine, whatever, a simple plan, whatever, is that I try to wake up at 7:30. After I try to wake up at 7:30, I immediately try to do a workout. Try to get the workout done during the day. Then after I try to get the workout done during the day, I try to come back, take a shower. Well, excuse me, before I take the shower, get something to eat, then take the shower, then start my business adventure that I'm going to do for that day and plan it out. And I try to spend a certain amount of time on each venture that I'm working on. But see, even that right there isn't a precise plan. I need work, and I need to know exactly what I'm going to do, because here's why. When you make a solid plan, you don't waste time. And when you look at yourself at the end of the day, you're like, wow, look what I've accomplished. And this is just one day. Now, if you do this on a monthly basis, in a whole month, when you look back at all the things you accomplished, it builds your self-esteem. It makes you feel like, man, I can accomplish things. And before you know it, you're breaking down walls and barriers, and you see an improvement in your life. And, guys, I just had a birthday. But at the same time, for people who have goals and want to accomplish things, I would say put a number on those goals. Put a time limit on those goals, achieve them, and move on to the next one. Because one thing about life, I think life is very easy. It's us who make it hard. It's us the ones who hold ourselves back. So in order to move in the right direction, plan it. Put it on paper. And it's just that simple. Even things that you think you can't accomplish and you feel like the task is too big, break them down to smaller tasks and still move on. So that's just my advice, because, and another thing I want to add too is that I get a lot of comments from people, And people say, you know what, man, I'm not cut out for this wealth thing. I don't know how to become wealthy. But see, that's another thing too. I also challenge you to find someone that is wealthy. There is somebody in your town, your church, your school, the nightclub you go to. There is somebody out there that is a wealthy individual that is waiting to become a mentor. But all you have to do is ask him. If I was the millionaire, you came to me and you were sincere, and you was like, man, I want to become wealthy, but I don't know how to do it, whatever. I would take your hand and I will hold it and I will lead you in the right direction. And there's many men out there, and I know a couple, and I've latched on to some who are willing to help you out only if you ask. Only if you ask. You know? Because the thing is, we don't have to struggle in life. We don't have to be poor. Poor is a state of mind. So if you want to move in the right direction, you want to be successful, write it down on paper, make a plan, make it Monday through Friday. I have a good friend of mine too. To give you an example, this guy every Sunday. This guy is a wonderful dresser. Every Sunday he washes his clothes, then he takes his clothes and he irons them with creases for the whole week. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, he doesn't have to worry about what he has. He's dressing for success every day because he planned for it. When you plan for things, things happen. Just as simple as that. So that's just my little drop of knowledge tonight. Plan for success. And until next time, take care.